What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the fam. This is my beautiful assistant. What's wrong?
Why do we look like this?
Look like what?
Like Grandpa's old TV.
Oh. Well, you wanted to learn about pop art, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, what do we know about pop art?
That has to be really bright.
Really bright colors. Better?
Way better.
Good. So we're going to be doing some pop art today, and the finished result is going to make it look a lot like a comic book or even a newspaper. Well, this isn't really in color, but you whippersnapper know what a newspaper is, right? I'm a kid. Nobody reads the newspaper anymore. All right, roll it. All right, here we go. So we have our lovely model pulled up on the screen. We have her in a separate layer already over on the layer stack. So she is pulled out onto her separate layer, and then we have our original. Let's rename that Me. So double click on where it says Me, and let's just name that Poster. Poster is actually the effect that we're going to do to that layer. So we're going to be nice and descriptive there. Now let's duplicate this layer. Do you remember how to duplicate a layer?
Command J.
Command J. Command J all day. That duplicates the layer. So poster copy, let's rename that poster copy to Halftone. Any idea why we'd name that Halftone?
Because that's what we're going to do to it.
Well, that's the effect that we're going to do to it, yeah. We've got to be nice and descriptive when we're making these layers. So that's what we're going to do. And let's toggle the visibility halftone off for now. We don't need that visible. So, yep, just go ahead and click the little eye next to the thumbnail. And now let's create a new layer. So let's click on the original and let's add a new layer. And we're going to do that by holding down Command-Shift-N. Command-Shift-N. Kind of have to twist your hands around a little bit just to get the layers up there, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so now it's looking for us to name this layer, and let's just name this Background. And then once you get that, hit Enter or go ahead and hit OK, and that'll do it. All right, so we have our background in there, and let's fill this with a color. So I always go to Shift F5 is what I hit, but you can always go up to Edit Fill. Also the Edit menu up at the top. So you just go down to Fill, and let's just fill that with white for now. All the way at the bottom. There we go, and then hit OK. Now what that's going to do is it's going to get rid of our background. We're just going to have our girl on there. That's what we're looking for. Okay, now before we apply any filters to this, what we want to do is we actually want to make Poster and Halftone what's called a smart object. Do you have any idea what a smart object is?
No.
Yeah, me neither, but I use them a lot. No, in all seriousness, we're going to add this smart object so that when we add a filter to this, we can always go back and change our filter. So if we didn't make this a smart object, and we applied a filter to it, forget about it. We'd never be able to go back on it. So let's right click on that layer, and then you're going to see a convert. Did you right click?
Oh.
Right click, yeah, not left click. All right, convert to smart object. And all that's going to do is it's going to give us a fancy little icon right there on the thumbnail. Fancy little icon, look at that. But now when we apply a filter to this, it's called a smart filter. It's a smart object. Smart filter. Do you get it?
No.
Oh well, it's a smart filter. So let's make sure that we have Poster selected, and then go up to Filter, and then Filter Gallery. This is the old school, like way before you were born. I used to have these filters available to me. So yeah, this is an old one. We're going to make sure that we're under the Artistic tab, which it looks like you already are. And then we're going to make sure that Poster Edges is selected right there. Yep, we already have that selected. And then I think we're good with 2, 1, and 2 on that. So the thickness is 2, intensity is 1, posterization is 2. This is going to vary based on the resolution of your image. We have a pretty high resolution image, but we're just trying to make it look kind of like a comic book. Does that look like a comic book to you?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. All right, go ahead and hit OK then. All right, so let's work on the background. You want to work on the background?
Yeah.
Background? All right, background it is. All right, so on the background layer, it's a solid white color. What do we know about pop art, though?
It has to be really bright.
It's got to be bright. White's not, well, it is bright, but we want more color.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want more color. So double click where it says background right there. If you double click background, what it's going to do, well, you already did it, all right. So if you double click the thumbnail, you'll get a layer style. That's what we're looking for. If you double click the name itself, it'll allow you to change the name. We don't want to change the name, so just double click to either to the right of background or left of background. It's going to pull up your layer styles. Now this is where we're going to add some interesting features to it. So what we're going to do first is let's click on stroke.
Right here.
Click on stroke. Yep, check the box, and then if you actually click on the word stroke, then you can go into that menu, and then you have a lot more options there. Now the stroke, we're going to bump that way up. We're gonna go like 25. Just type in 25, or you can drag that slider for size over to 25. Ooh, typing, good option, good option.
Yeah,
All right.
that's way faster.
It is way faster. All right, and then the position is going to be set to inside. Let's keep that. Blend mode normal, 100%. I think we're good here. I think we're done on this one. So go ahead and choose inner glow next. Let's do the inner glow. So check the box for inner glow, and then go ahead and click on inner glow. And we're going to change that blend mode right off the bat. We're going to change that to normal. Yeah, grab that drop down, hit normal. All right, and then opacity. Do you remember what opacity is?
No.
No, you don't. All right, so opacity is how see-through it is. Like transparency, like a window, that is 0% unless it's dirty, but you can see right through a window. So we're going to crank that up to 100%. We don't want to see through this at all.
Nope.
Nope. All right, and then the next one is color, right where you have a white thumbnail there. Just single click that puppy and make it black. Ooh, not all black. See, okay, right there. See where it says 000 right there?
Here.
All of those zeros, that equals black. Okay, so that's how you know you have a black color. Go ahead and click OK there. Softer, that's good. Edge, we're good there. Crank the choke up to 100% if it's not already. And then the size, we're going to keep that around 50, in between 50 and 60 looks good. And then I think we're good there. Now the last step to this one here, down two more where it says color overlay. If you check that box and then click that, now you can change the color. What do we know about pop
It
art?
needs to be really bright.
Bright colors. So just pick a bright color anywhere. Ooh, teal. I was going to guess you were going to pick teal because
Yeah, that's my favorite color.
yeah, teal's your favorite color. All right, so you like that color?
Yep.
Go ahead and pound that OK button. And then go ahead and hit OK again. I think we've set up the background nicely. And then look what happened to your borders right there. Look what happened to your borders. You popped out of those borders. What that does is it creates depth. So it looks like you are on top of that background. Pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's work on that halftone layer now. So go ahead and click the visibility of that halftone layer back on. And magically...
I'm back to normal.
Back to normal. You are. Back to normal. All right, so go ahead and click halftone though. We want that layer selected. And what's the effect we're going to do to this one?
Halftone.
Halftone. How'd you know that?
Because before I said it was going to be halftone.
Yeah, that's what you said before. But we also named the layer halftone, right?
Mm-hmm.
We named the layer halftone, so you know that we're going to do a halftone effect. So we're going to go up to the filter menu, and we're going to go to pixelate, color, halftone. Color halftone. All right. And again, this is going to vary based on resolution of your image. We're a pretty high resolution image, so I'm going to take a radius of 8. And yeah, I'm just going to keep those. That looks pretty good, honestly. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK on these settings. And bam!
Wow.
You are pixelated. Now, what did we forget to do on this layer? To get our little icon, like we got a little icon on poster.
Mm-hmm.
What did we forget to do on halftone? We didn't make it a smart object. So go ahead and hit Command Z on your keyboard. That is how you undo. That is going to be a lifesaver for you in the future. So let's right click on halftone. Convert to smart object. Click on convert to smart object. We have a smart object icon. So now let's make a smart filter. Let's go up to filter. Pixelate, color halftone. Okay. Bam. Smart filter. Done. Now it happens to look good, but if it didn't look good, we can always double click on that smart filter again. and make our adjustments. So if you just double click the word color halftone, halftone, there you go. We can always adjust these settings. So if you want to bump it up to 10 and hit OK, there you go. See? Nice pop art look. Looks pretty good. Now the last thing that we want to do to this is on halftone, we want to change the blend mode. So right above the layers there where it says normal, that is your blend mode. We want to change that blend mode up. There it is, soft light. There you go. It instantly looks like a comic book.
It does.
All right, there we go. So the last thing that we want to do here, we could call it done if we wanted to right now, but we want to bring out your eyes a little bit more. So go ahead and, do you remember how to create a new layer?
Command, Shift, and N.
Command, Shift, and N. So on halftone right here, we have halftone selected. We're going to hit Command, Shift, N, create a new one, and let's just name this glares and hit OK there. And what we want to do is we want to bring out your eyes a little bit more. If you hit Z on your keyboard, that's your zoom tool. Just do a couple clicks on your eyes to zoom in on your eyes. Don't be afraid to get close. Ooh, that's nice and close. Looks good, right? All right, so on the left-hand side in your toolbar,
right here.
Yep, hit Shift M. That's going to select your ellipse tool, Shift M. If you hold down Shift, you can draw a perfect circle. There you go. That looks good. And then if you want to nudge it up with your arrow keys, you can. And now hold down Shift, and then go to your other eye and draw a little circle. There's a little glare there already. You want to go right over the top of that glare. There you go. That looks good. Okay. And then go up to Edit, Fill, Fill, and then change the contents to white. It's already set. Go ahead and hit OK. And now grab your Z tool again, zoom tool on your keyboard. Just hit Z. And then hold down Option to zoom out. So watch your little plus, watch your plus sign in your magnifying glass turn to a minus. You do that by holding down Option. And then just do a couple clicks to zoom back out. There you go. And then hit Command D to deselect. And then you can always change the opacity. What does opacity do again?
Make you see-through.
Make it see-through. All right, so that's a little intense right now. So we have glare selected. Now right above your layer panel there, you have opacity. It says 100%. If you click that and just drag it to the left a little bit, it's going to dull that down a little bit. So I have it about 54%. It looks pretty good. 60%. It looks pretty good. There you go. Now do you want to make a little talking bubble or not?
Yes.
You do want to make a talking bubble. Okay. Okay, so to make a talking bubble, go ahead and hit U on your keyboard. U. That selects your shapes over on the left-hand side. You see your toolbar, how it selects that?
Mm-hmm.
Now just click and hold on that. Choose your ellipse tool. And then in that green space just to the right of your head there, just draw a nice big oval. There you go. And if you want to change the color of it, up at the top in your toolbar, there's a fill. You just single click that fill and choose like a white color. There you go, perfect. That's your speech bubble. If you wanted to move that around, you just hit V on your keyboard. That's your move tool, and you can drag it just right above the eyes. Let's do that. Then hit T on your keyboard to grab the type tool, and then we're going to go right below the bubble down here and just single click, and then just type in there, I love my dad.
I was going to type pop art.
Okay, fine. Just type in pop art then. All right, and it's really tiny. Really tiny. Go ahead and hit enter. And now hit Command T on your keyboard. Command T. That's free transform. And what you want to do is you want to get it in the corner right there so where your arrows are going outward. Just like that. Hold down Shift. That's going to scale it in proportion. Just click and drag. Click and drag out. There you go. Yep, make it nice and big. And then what you do is hit OK up on the toolbar up there, or you can hit enter. All right, now hit V on your keyboard to move it, and then move that inside the bubble. Okay, and then to change that font, if you wanted a font that's a little bit more pop art-ish, what you're going to do is hit T on your keyboard. That's going to grab your type tool again, and then up there at the toolbar where it says Myriad Pro, you just click that drop-down arrow, find a nice font. I think Phosphate is a nice looking font. You can type in Phosphate Solid. Just choose that one. And hit V on your keyboard to position that again, and just use your arrows to center that. Now, if you wanted to, you could change the color of that also by hitting T on your keyboard and your little icon up at the top here. And it gives you an eyedropper right away, and just single click on that background. That's going to choose that color for you. Hit OK. Bam! Done. Nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I like it.
Pop art.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button down below and smash that subscribe button to be part of our design fam. See you next time. Bye!